Hi everyone and welcome to Creative Cakes by Sharon. Today I'm going to be showing you the recipe I use to make dark chocolate ganache. It's easy, versatile and delicious, and it's only going to take less than 5 minutes, so let's get started. So I have here 400 grams of dark chocolate buds, 160 ml of pure cream, as well as a spatula. So to start, all I'm going to do is pour my cream straight over the top of my chocolate buds and head over to the microwave. All I need to do is place my bowl into the microwave, set my power to low, which in my case is the number 5 setting, and let it go for 1 minute. Of course, every microwave is different and mine is particularly high, so just keep in mind that you need a fairly low and gradual build-up of the heat so that the chocolate doesn't burn, so go for a low setting. It's always better to be safe than sorry. So after 1 minute in the microwave, I can't really see that any of the chocolate has melted, but I can feel quite a bit of heat in the bowl. So what I'm going to do is just agitate or gently shake my bowl just so that the cream covers all of the chocolate, and pop it back into the microwave on a low setting again for another 1 minute. Guys, you might also be interested in checking out my tutorial on how to make white chocolate ganache. In that video I use a stovetop method, so that's why today I'm showing you how you can also use your microwave. So now after the second minute in the microwave, I can feel that my bowl is very warm indeed, and I can also see the chocolate starting to melt. So I'm just going to pop it onto my bench top to let the heat further melt the chocolate. Now all I need to do is gently stir the cream and chocolate together. You can see that at first it seems fairly liquidy, but as I continue gently stirring, it turns into a dark brown, thick and glossy bowl of delicious ganache. At this consistency, guys, you can use it as a sauce or topping for your desserts, and once it cools down to room temperature, it will thicken up even further to the perfect consistency required to ganache a cake. Guys, this is the exact recipe I use to ganache all of the cakes I've done in my other videos. So now I hope you've seen just how easy it is to prepare something so delicious and versatile. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hi guys, and welcome to Creative Cakes by Sharon. Today I've got a yummy marshmallow recipe to share with you. It's so simple and quick. I guarantee that once you make a batch of these, you'll never eat store-bought ones again. So let's get started. To make these patriotic looking marshmallows, I'll be using some caster sugar, also known as superfine sugar, some water, gelatin powder, a vanilla bean, some blue and red gel food colouring, and some corn flour, as well as a square pan which has been lined with some non-stick baking paper. Because I'm going to be making 3 colours for this marshmallow, I've got all 3 sets of ingredients already lined up, ready to go. I'm going to make my blue marshmallow first, so the first thing I'm going to do is pour my water into the pan and sprinkle my gelatin over the top. While my gelatin is slowly absorbing into the water, I'm going to split my vanilla bean and scrape out the little seeds from the inside. Once I've removed all the seeds, I'm going to divide them into 3, so I have an equal amount to add to each of my marshmallow batches, and I'll just pop in 1 portion into my pan, followed by the sugar, and head off to the stove. Making sure the stove is on a very low flame, all I want to do is heat the liquid up just enough so that the sugar and the gelatin dissolve nicely. Now I need to pour the hot liquid into a bowl and use my hand mixer to whip it up until it's white and glossy. This takes about 5 to 6 minutes, and then I need to add the blue gel food colouring and continue mixing for about another 2 minutes. You want to make sure here to stop when the mixture is still a liquid consistency. If you keep going, it will become very thick and lose its pouring consistency. So once it's done, all I need to do is pour all of my blue marshmallow mixture into my pan and set it aside and start working on my white marshmallow layer. So once again, I've got the water, gelatin, sugar and vanilla in the pan, heating the liquid until everything has dissolved, then transferring it into a bowl and mixing until it's white and glossy, and then pouring the white marshmallow mixture directly on top of the blue marshmallow layer, which is already almost completely set. The final layer of this patriotic marshmallow is of course the red layer of marshmallow. Now guys, the one thing to be aware of is that when you add the gel food colouring, make sure you're generous with the food colouring because it does fade slightly once it starts being whipped. Now that I've got all 3 marshmallow layers in the pan, I need to let it all sit for about 1.5 hours to make sure it's all completely set. And finally, before taking the marshmallows out of the pan, I need to dust my bench with a generous layer of corn flour. Now using a long knife, I'm going to cut it into nice big cubes, dusting each side with some extra corn flour as I go. Guys, I can't tell you just how soft and light these marshmallows feel. As you've seen, they were so simple to make. You don't have to worry about using any special thermometers. You can make this in any colour you like and cut it into any shape to suit any occasion. I can tell you kids and adults alike will absolutely love these marshmallows. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hi everyone and welcome to Creative Cakes by Sharon. Today I've teamed up with 2 of my friends to bring you guys some tasty burger recipes. My friend Christine from the Low Carb Planet, all the way from Germany, is going to show you how to make a low carb and gluten-free burger. And my wonderful friend Karen from Cravings Food Adventures, all the way in Canada, is going to show you how to make this mouth-watering jerk burger. Now you must be wondering what I'm doing making a burger since I'm a sweets channel. Well, I'm going to show you how to make these Nutella ice cream burgers. Now make sure you stay tuned till the end of this video where I'm going to leave the links for both of my friends' burger videos. But for now, let's get started on these sweet burgers. So first things first, I need to make a start on the Nutella ice cream. And to do this, I've got some thickened cream as well as some double cream in a bowl, which I'm going to whip until I get soft peaks. I'm using 2 types of cream here so that I end up with a nice velvety texture to my Nutella burgers. Now to this I'm going to add some sweetened condensed milk and mix it in well. This is going to give the ice cream that nice rich sweet touch. Then to this I'm going to add the Nutella, and a trick to get your Nutella out of the jar easily is to warm it up slightly in the microwave for about 20 to 30 seconds. Now once you've poured the Nutella, don't worry if there's any little bits you can't get out of the jar, we'll need to use this a little bit later on. So once the Nutella is in the bowl, I'm just going to fold it through until it's well combined with the cream. It actually is a little bit tempting to leave it now as it is with a few swirls of Nutella because it looks so pretty, but I need my burgers to be nice and brown, so I'll keep folding. Once I'm done, I can transfer it to a dish and place it in the freezer to set overnight. Now this is a recipe where you can prepare everything in advance and assemble the burgers when you're ready. So now I'm going to prepare everything else I need for the burgers. I'm going to use a large wafer sheet, and I've got some cutters here which I'm also going to use. To start with, I'm going to cut out some small squares with a sharp blade, and this will eventually become the cheese slices. I'm going to use this petal cutter to cut out some nice pieces of lettuce, and finally the round cutter will give me some nice slices of tomato. Now using some melted candy melts, I'm going to coat each of my wafer cutouts on both sides in each of the coloured chocolates to bring the cheese, tomatoes and lettuce to life. Once they've been dipped in the candy melts, you can rest them to dry on some non-stick baking paper, and now they are also ready to be used when we're ready to assemble the burgers. For the burger buns, I'm just using some cupcake batter here, and this is just a vanilla cupcake mix I bought from the shops to make things a little bit easier. And I'm going to spray a silicone mould with some baking spray, fill the moulds about 3/4 the way up, and pop them in the oven to bake. Once the cupcakes have been cooked, you can just keep them on a wire rack to cool. Now I need to add some sesame seeds to my burger buns, so I'm going to brush the top of the cupcakes with some simple syrup and sprinkle over some sesame seeds. The simple syrup is also going to help to keep your cupcakes moist while they're being prepared. After 24 hours, this is what the Nutella ice cream looks like. It's set up nice and firm and looks delicious. To loosen the ice cream at the bottom of the dish, I'm going to sit it in a small amount of hot water. Then using a large round cookie cutter, about the same size as the cupcakes, I'm going to dip that also in some hot water and then cut out some nice round discs of Nutella ice cream and place it onto a non-stick sheet of baking paper. Now let's say you weren't ready to assemble your burgers just yet, you could easily pop these back into the freezer until you are ready. So now I have everything I need here laid out, including some of the leftover Nutella which I've scraped out of the jar, and I can go ahead and assemble the burgers. I'm going to use the Nutella as my sauce or glue in between each of the layers to make sure it all sticks together nicely. If you put this out at a party, it would be great fun for your guests to assemble their own burgers, and some may not even want tomato or lettuce and choose to make a plain cheeseburger instead. As a finishing touch to my burgers, I added these cute little flags on some wooden skewers, and why not finish off some of the rest of that leftover Nutella ice cream with a nice scoop of it in a cone. While some of the burgers I made were eaten straight away, I put a few of them back in the fridge for a few hours and they were still fine and moist to eat when removed, so if you did want to make these in advance, you definitely could. Now, as promised, I have on screen the links to the burger recipes from the Low Carb Planner and Cravings Food Adventures, so please check out their recipes and also do yourself a favour and subscribe to their channels for more fantastic